How's everyone doing? My name is Dylan Rich, and I have my absolute boy here, Jordan Brown, today for a little bit of an interview. He's a closer. He's an absolute content creator now, and I'm excited to have this conversation with you, brother. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Awesome, man. Well,
Thanks for having me.
before we hit record, where are you right now? It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna do the old laptop play again. We're in Puerto Escondido at this crazy villa out here, and living with a bunch of other content creators and entrepreneurs, all building their brands as well. We call it an entrepreneur house, and we're all entering the same opportunity vehicle. Like we're doing the thing. There's cameras everywhere. We got a videographer out here from Germany, just walking the talk. So it's all community driven, and that's what I'm up to. So Mexico for a bit. Gonna got some other travels planned as well.
Nice. Having that freedom.
100%, man.
Unbelievable.
Living
Um,
abundantly.
Living abundantly. I love that, dude. Well, briefly describe the offer you're on and your role there.
100%. Yeah. So I work with Matt Gray at FounderOS, and what we do is we help founders build $5 million proven systems with organic content. So no ads, no paid media or influencer marketing or like increasing word of mouth or referral or doing any of that stuff. It's all organic content. And so I am a high ticket closer. I was brought on by Matt when initially I was his first hire, and it was just me and Matt scaling this thing. That was back over a year and a half ago now. So he proved it out, brought me on, and now we've just kind of iterated obviously a lot since then, really perfected our offer as well as the ascendery offers that we have within the mix too, which we did not have before. So yeah, man, been here since day one. So
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things, riding early on with the founder is being able to kind of take those ebbs and flows. And I think it's a testament to you, right? And being able to kind of see the long-term vision working with Matt. I know just being in Matt's presence and talking to him, you can see that road and the vision. And
100%,
being
100%.
along for that ride has proved pretty good.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely, man. So, I mean, how did the sales process, for FounderOS look before Jake and myself and Automated Revenue joined the business?
The sales process, well, so initially Matt got some initial help with the guys at closers.io, obviously with Cole Gordon and stuff like that. But it was very much so, here's, the model of FounderOS. It was a lot of one-on-ones with Matt in the beginning, obviously, because I was his first hire. I was watching his calls, and the sales process is a bit different when it's the founder speaking versus like when
Yeah.
I'm just coming on board, right? And so it started off obviously a little slow. Like there's definitely a bit of a ramp, and again, I'm just watching Matt's calls, which actually allowed me to get really good really fast because I kind of embody the energy of Matt and taking
Yeah.
his perspectives and like, like allowed me to perform too. But the style of it was, doing calls with Matt, sharing my EODs with just Matt, no like internal backend systems or, really kind of tracking like in depth what was going on. And then the coaching that I was getting was mainly from Matt, which again is valuable in its own way, but in terms of like the nuances of selling and like the back and forth you can have with clients and different angles you can take and framing and all this stuff like was very much so just kind of doing that myself in some senses. I had some resources, but there was a lot that needed to be refined. So it was very like gung ho, like boots on the ground,
Yeah.
just kind of like learning as much as I could, and really just what I was taking initially was just reviewing Matt's calls, getting his unique perspective and how to speak like a founder and what your founders really resonate with, which obviously allows me to do what I do best now and like offer that and really kind of put myself in an authoritative role and competency in my skill. But for sure, there was yeah, it was there were some challenging periods for sure in the
Love
beginning.
it, dude. So because I think Matt brought us in January or late
Yeah.
December of last year. So knowing what you know, kind of boots on the ground, bootstrap, just listen to calls, being young, scrappy, hungry.
Hmm.
How have things kind of shifted over the last, 9, 10 months here since we've kind of joined the team and been working hands on with you guys?
Oh man. Well, at that time, like, we just had our initial baseline offer, right? Which was initially 4,800, then 5,800. And that's when you guys came in and really kind of helped us develop the Ascendery offer to start working with us one-on-one and refine that. But then also so there's that side of just helping really evolve our offer, then like, sell it even better. Uh, because it's a different energy when you have guys like you and Jake who have like that's all you do is you help build remote sales teams to the highest degree. So now you're combating those kind of tools and systems you guys have and really helping up level the natural kind of sales talent that we have, not just kind of like getting it from the founder because uh, you know, as much as you can do that, you're still not Matt at the end of the day, and you do need to kind of rely on some hard
Yeah.
and true natural um, sales tactics instead of trying to like give people the founder drug is kind of like what we call
Yeah.
that. So you guys really came in and helped systematize our entire backend. From the internal communications on Slack, we started to doing closer coaching weekly with yourself, Dylan. Jake was also doing it. Started to doing role plays, and I mean everything a remote sales team needs to go from zero to their first like 30K in a month. Like that's what we needed to get back to that predictability. And so you guys really just like unpacked our process, systematized it, gave us the enough touch points, enough specific feedback, and then we're doing one-on-ones together as well. And again, like as great as Matt is, and the guy's amazing, it's just like there's a next level of another unlock that we needed to really
Yeah.
carry our sales process forward, and you guys helped us build all that. So and then since then, in January, I had my biggest month ever, and I closed 6 Founder S Plus deals, which are 28K, and I piffed all of them. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, you guys didn't do too much.
Well,
Yeah,
can't take all the credit here, man. You had to actually take, the systems and the change because sometimes it's
yeah,
hard when you're already there and you're accustomed to things as a closer and as a salesperson, and these new guys that you don't know, you don't trust them. They come in, they start changing stuff. They're like, hey, you got to start
yeah,
filling out this form every day, and you got to
totally.
use this CRM and update this, and there's two types of people, right? There's one person that's like, you know what, I don't like this at all, I'm gonna go
Mm,
jump on another offer. And there's someone like yourself who's like, okay, these guys know what they're doing, like I
yeah,
should maybe listen and just hear them out to see if they know what they're talking about. And
totally.
then you obviously went with that route,
Hmm.
and it has proved pretty fruitful for you. So like you said, you just had 28K piffs,
Yeah.
and
The
last month
first,
was your biggest month.
yeah, so that was my that was my previous biggest month, but then I did actually no, that's incorrect. It was my biggest month at that time in January, and then February and March, I just collectively did an extra 2K, an extra 4K in personal income for myself. So those are my 3 biggest months, and then
Yeah.
I just got off my biggest month ever and collected over just shy of 250K cash collected, not revenue for the business, and generated myself a nice 32,000 USD paycheck. So yeah, I
Not
mean,
bad. That goes
it's
a
all
little bit
good.
further in Mexico too, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like a yearly income.
It's a few dineros.
You could have a couple of cervezas with that.
Yeah.
Um, and the cool thing is, if you guys are watching this video, you're already on YouTube. Before you finish this or after you finish this, don't leave just yet. We got some good stuff to go through, but check out Jordan Brown is your handle on
It's
YouTube.
no, accurately called the Jordan Brown Show, and it was not
Jabor.
taken the Jordan Brown Show.
Okay. The
Yeah.
Jordan Brown show where he literally documented his entire biggest month in sales, $32,000 personal income.
Oh yeah.
So you get to watch it, and it's not a boring sales video like mine. It's an actual aesthetic storytelling. You got some personal stuff, seeing
Yeah.
hit the courts and hit the gym. So after this video, if you're watching it, go check out Jordan's video. See what he's all
Yeah.
about. It was awesome. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking the talk over here, which is cool. Just to not to divert. When I came into Founder Us as well, I was already bought into the idea of building a personal brand, like, and I
Mhm.
saw what Matt was doing, and that's why I went after this role so hard, is because it wasn't just a closing role for me. It was like, no, this is a mission I can get behind, and then I wanted to do it for myself, and so uh, I'm, documenting my short form stuff on Instagram, but then like taking serious action with like getting the YouTube going, because I believe that is the biggest play. Really
Yeah.
having a platform to let your authenticity shine, and give people, more insight into like who is this guy, and those videos live forever. So yeah,
That is the beautiful thing about YouTube, man. It's permanent.
yeah,
It's
100%
permanent.
search engine. Yeah,
Um, and yeah, we gotta play some tennis if you're ever in Florida, dude. Because I haven't played
dude,
tennis in a long time,
let's
but
go.
I was varsity doubles
Let's
back
go.
in the
Wow.
day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
I was gonna make a joke about, you've seen those Instagram reels where it's like tag a friend who you 6060, and so maybe I would tag you.
You might now.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the
Yeah.
video. You got a pretty mean forehand there, but um, I'm a golf guy now.
Yeah. No, I see
I've
that.
left the clay courts and brought it to the greens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. So awesome, man. So like I said, in 10 months, you're growing your personal income, the business is growing.
Hmm.
What has been the biggest benefit from being improving in sales from like a personal aspect? I'm always interested in this because sales has opened so many doors for me as a human being, from a skill
Right.
set, relationships. Like, what have you noticed as you've gotten
Yeah.
better in sales? How has it impacted other areas of your life?
Oh man. So I'll kind of start off with saying that I, I was I before I really kind of hammered on high ticket, and I have a lot of sales experience beforehand and whatever. But as I kind of gained more awareness and just realized like who I am, like what is it that I want, da da da. I started to get into spirituality, breathing exercises, and Joe Dispenza teachings from him, and I just like had this unrelenting belief that the law of attraction is real, God is real, like we're there's a piece of God in all of us,
Amen.
right? And so, and we're always creating, right? And what, like really like learning sales to this level and immersing myself into an environment like this, and then doing very, very good, is it made me believe in that even more. Not that I didn't, but you're almost like looking for evidence, right? Like
Mhm.
that what you're doing, the energy that you are putting so intensively into things like creating content, showing up on sales calls, getting the training, and just like being very intense with that, is now the results, the evidence is showed from a universal standpoint. And I choose that innocent thought that is the case, is resulting and reflecting in my bank account, the impact that I have here, the relationships that I've created. And all that has stemmed from me changing my environment, which means getting into this high ticket sales environment, not just another role that's like there to, help
Yeah.
me make some money. It's like, no, it's like, because I share the mission and the values, is like, it's brought on more abundance into my life, learning this skill. But now it's also connected me with my brothers here at this community, at this villa, this beautiful villa that we're staying at, and improved on my communication skills and relationships and dating, in making connections with high value people. Like the ripple effects of the skill of sales itself is, I mean, if I ever create my own offer or like whatever, like you take that forever. It's it's a diamond. Like you got to hold and cultivate that. So
No one
it's
can take it
done.
from you.
Yeah, it's this just a raw skill that you, again, I could like go into like to even land a date, to even, move it there, or to, get something that you want from a high value person, to make an introduction for you, maybe to somebody else, or to have
Yeah.
like time with that person, even though you might be like lower externally in terms of results, but because of your, authenticity, because of your charisma, because of your confidence in how you show up, you can ascertain and get things that you want quite literally a lot easier from that alone. So it's done wonders, man.
Love to hear that for you, man. And what were you doing before remote
Yeah,
high ticket sales or whatever, just to give people a little bit
yeah,
of a context?
100%. So I initially got the raw kind of gung ho, like, in the boiler room style of sales when I actually sold insurance. I fell out of that because I lost integrity in the product, quite frankly. And I have to believe, as well as I do, you
Yeah,
got to believe in what you're selling to get behind. But it
absolutely.
taught me raw skills of like how to cold call people, like pitch them in their own house. And like, that's what we would do, door knock and stuff. So it was a raw skill that learned, and then I fell out of it. And then I got into other sales roles, but more 9 to 5, like B2B stuff. And I got into bartending. I bartended for 4 to 5 years. And so just a year and a half ago, though, I was just bartending.
Mm,
And I had a few like sales roles that just weren't aligned to me. But I was making enough bartending, and I just had this deep like belief that I was meant for something more, and that could just this confidence. It's like there's no way that like with who I am that I shouldn't be making X amount of money or I shouldn't be doing this. And
Mhm.
even during that, I wanted to build my brand, but I didn't have a vehicle to do so, or my environment was incorrect. And so I was bartending in an environment where, yeah, I was like making good money, but at the end of the day, it was 6, 7 hours of work to make $500, and you think you're balling, which is nuts in the
Yeah.
bartender land. But now we make that in a half an hour, so it's things have
Yeah.
changed. But during that time, that's what I was doing. But the whole and who I was trying to become, right? This identity I was trying to take on, like I wanted a higher power network, I wanted to make more money, I wanted to get better sleep. All that like it wasn't happening because you'd stay up till 4 in the morning, then you're going home, and then because your sleep is messed up, your
Yeah.
state, your like being able to manage your state and your energy is like the most important thing ever. But I could never do that, so I couldn't be creative the next day. I'd have to stay in bed, and then my habits would fall off and I would eat, bad food. And then again, this trickle effect, because of my environment and the vehicle I was in, it didn't allow me to do what I wanted. And so that's what I was doing before. And then I believe then back to abundance and spirituality that like I was just putting out this like pure intention that I wanted to get into this world. I was a follower of Matt's before I engaged with them. And so when I got presented that offer, I was like, holy hell, like I got to get behind this.
Yeah.
And then another side of that too is like maybe getting to like the selling yourself element here is that these other like it sort of was a group interview. Matt did like 10 group interviews before my group interview of like six other,
Mhm.
closers who all had more experience than I did. And so we're in the like arena. I didn't take it down the route necessarily of leading so much about what I've closed in the past and da da da. Even though I didn't have the full on high ticket experience, I just knew damn well I had enough confidence to be like, I can damn well do this. But I
Yeah.
sold myself and the mission of like what I'm up to and why I want to be a part of that. And that's what really resonated with Matt, and that's why I got the role.
Love it, dude. You got to sell yourself.
Yeah,
um, and I
100%.
think it was just that pure intention, honestly,
Yeah,
right? Like
bang on.
you just attracted it. Absolutely,
100%,
man. And
without a doubt. There's no way.
it's
That was that
I
was
didn't know
that
you
was the
had door
universe.
knocking experience until
Yeah,
just
bro.
now. So that's I can see that
100%.
coming back through. And you explained a situation that a lot of people find themselves in, right? Is they get handcuffed to a
Mm,
situation where you're making what you perceive to be good money, but that also takes a toll from a diet,
yep,
relationships, sleep schedule. So um, and then, dude, you can change your life very quickly, right? With an intention, and you
dude.
set that intention, you did it, and you
I just
stuck
got
to it.
goosebumps.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%, man.
feel good about
Like,
yourself, dude.
yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. It's
Yeah,
like, but again,
hard
like
work's
all
paying
this
off.
is, yeah, 100%. And like again, back, creds to you and Jake. Like from a more based take here, obviously you guys are incredibly talented. I know you from David because I actually did that mentorship like on in
Yeah,
his world, and then I saw that you guys were on podcast together, right? So I already had that kind of trust and belief. But then from a more base take and like an energy and like standpoint is that you and Jake both share the same values and very much in alignment here today about creating, and that there's a piece of God in all of us. And so it's like crazy to think that you actually can't create because you're literally going against God's will. There's no way. And so, like just even that to have we have a space where, we can talk about, sales all day, but we're also like share the same values of like how we believe like life to be. And I think that's very
oh yeah,
important when you have partners in the business, and that, you guys are not just walking the talk, but you guys like really embody like what it means to really um, uh, share more authentic pieces of yourself as business owners, but are tapped in. I think it's the is the word I want to use. You guys, or the phrase is that you guys are very tapped in, and you guys know what
I
the hell's
appreciate
going on.
that, dude. Yeah, it's an awesome situation, when you're able to, find a client that is in alignment with that. They need what you need, and they have all the other parts of it, right? They already
Mm,
had a great offer, Matt
yep.
and Founder Out West. They have great testimonials, great track record. They had people like you that were already there in the seat. So, um, yeah, definitely a great match, and excited. We're only getting started here.
Dude.
To be honest with you, as you well enough know, but
So we're
um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to take too much time. Time is money with your closing rate. So, last question for you, brother. if someone is watching this video, they're a sales rep, they're a business owner, and they're unsure about working with us, they're doing their due diligence right now, watching this video, seeing what me and Jake are all about, what would you say to them based on the experience so far?
If I was a business owner who's considering getting an
Yeah.
automated revenue, guys like Jake and Dylan, plugging you guys into my business, I mean, we've gone from, we were doing like, cons 100 K a month or whatever, like I think is safe to say before, but now we're on track to doing like, four upwards of 600K a month now from the systems that you've built and like the hires that you have made, like alongside Parm, alongside John, who we just brought on as well. Like these guys, the way you guys have this level of speed that was you guys were able to execute on. Like this wasn't like, oh, we need to bring on this person or we should try this out. Like the stuff that's being built is like not just from the sales side, but it's around the funnel side, it's around the copy side, it's evolving the offer. It's not just placement. There's and all that to say, but then also the training too. So I think the important thing is here, you guys have brought in a bunch of speed and just high level execution and just finding the right people that can help carry us our mission forward and who share the same values. And I think, I mean, if anyone's on the fence or like, all right, you're how much do you value your time? Like, make the damn hire, get these guys on board. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's what I would say.
Oh, I
So I,
appreciate that, man. That means a lot, because we work hard and you work hard as well, and it's awesome when those two kind of
yeah,
entities meet and are able to see success here. But this has been awesome getting some one-on-one time with you. If someone
likewise,
is
bro.
watching the video and they want to, follow you on Instagram, look at your YouTube, follow your content journey, plug
100%.
yourself. Where are your handles at?
Yeah, let's go. So yeah, guys, I'm here in Puerto Escondido right now, just living abundantly. Like I said, we have the opportunity to do so with this Wi-Fi connection, and I just taking serious action with building my brand, walking the talk, skin in the game. I got a videographer here documenting my life, and so I got my first YouTube video out. It's 250K closed, cash collected, not revenue, in 30 days. Is my first ever video. Based on the feedback, it's been stellar, and so you can find me at the Jordan Brown Show, which is accurately named for what I'm looking to create. And you can find me there. And then on Instagram, Jabes_JB, JABES_JB. And I documented the challenge of 25 reels of just day in the lifestyle with a voiceover of me day by day of my results, like what happened. And then also, as closers, as people in this world, it's like you have to maintain an even keel. So not every day is a banger, right? There was probably
No.
a week and a half, 2 weeks where I was quite behind. And like you're kind of, then the thoughts will arise like, oh shit, can you do this? Like you're documenting this challenge, but just continue to show up. And so that's what I was trying to document is like the universe has your back because on the last day, in the last 2 days, I closed 7 deals. And so, I mean, come on, can you not believe in that? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm all about. My content pillars I've really kind of honed in on the fact that I'm just helping men, sales guys, whoever guys in performance-based roles just level up through mindset, charisma, confidence, spirituality, self-care, and then finding their personal style. So that's
Hell
me,
yeah.
man.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch. Definitely shoot my boy Jordan a follow. And we'll see you in the next one.
Let's go. Thanks, Dylan.